fight. What an impressive display. Okay. Boy, you're going to like this one, Greg. Give us this matchup.
Yeah, Igor Vovchenkin against Tulio Palhares, a Chinese kickboxer against a Russian kickboxer.
This guy's impressive. I'll tell you, just a physical specimen that we will hear from in just a moment.
My name is Igor Vovchenkin. I am a Russian, absolutely don't fight.
Man of few words, but a man of tremendous power. Look at his body. You know, Greg, the last time I saw him fight, he didn't look quite this big. He looks actually a little heavy, a little heavier, a little flabby around the middle.
Yeah, no, he's definitely put on probably about 20 pounds. Last time, as you mentioned, he was ripped. He was in awesome shape. He felt he needed to put on some weight to be able to compete with the big guys. He's still not the size of Nutter or Coleman or Kerr, but the way the Russians do it is because they don't have the training techniques that we do in America, which would be, good eating and vitamins. They don't even really think about that there. He's just been eating more, putting on the weight, and that hopefully for him will make him stronger.
Well, he is obviously much superior in weight to his opponent here, Tulio Palhares, who I assume will have to use his quickness, his speed, his agility in front of his Brazilian compatriots.
Yeah, he is a Vale Tudo champion, Palhares. He's got a lot of ring experience. He came in here, he knows the type of people that he's fighting. He's got good stand-up and ground skills. I expect these guys this fight to be very similar to our last one, except a little more well-balanced.
By the way, Palhares took this fight at the last moment, so it'll be interesting to see what kind of shape he is in as we get underway. Igor Vovchenkin against Tulio Palhares. Palhares with his backside to us right now.
He'll work off the jab. He's the dark-haired gentleman, and he's got a good jab and a nice round kick, front round kick. These guys are both stand-up fighters, so I don't know if either one of them really wants to go to the ground.
Oh, a nice round kick to the lower leg of Palhares by Vovchenkin. Igor is one tough cookie, ladies and gentlemen. And look at the size and the thickness of his legs.
Yeah, he's only about 5 feet 10, 5 feet 10 and a half inches tall, but he is thick and hard as nails. The guy's legs are so, you'll see him try to work that inside leg kick, nice kick.
You imagine receiving one of those kicks from one of those powerful legs of his? That's got to hurt.
Yeah, no.
You can feel that over here ringside.
Yeah, we saw him working the bag, and boy, I've never seen anybody hit a bag as hard as he has.
He's going to try and turn Palhares into a bag and try and hit him as hard as he can. But I got a funny feeling this Brazilian, the immense pride, I don't know, it's not a walkover by any means.
Oh.
Although, you know what? Again, the bigger names aren't here, and I applaud the Tulio Palhareses of the world for coming out here to fight arguably one of the top 5 fighters in the entire universe.
Yeah, there was definitely some controversy with that. Frederico Lapenda had agreements with a few other Brazilian fighters. Some people may have heard of more. I don't even know if they're really better fighters, but sometimes people just want the big
Palhares takes his man down.
Nice takedown.
Double leg takedown. He took the bigger man down, and now he's going to, although I'll tell you what, a good strength move by the Russian as he locks his shoulder over his opponent's head, and really can't do much right there in that position.
Yeah, he'll try to keep him tight so Palhares cannot get up and strike. Palhares, again, a Brazilian fighter, we know he's got some ground skills, probably the better of these two fighters.
his forte is Chinese boxing, but that encompasses so many different forms of the martial arts. I mean, he's really a very talented person. As right now he breaks out of the guard. It's kind of an odd situation as Igor is just sitting there and he takes a knee right in the groin.
Yeah, beautiful shot that is allowed here. And Poirier is doing really everything he can and working the body. Chechin will try and dig in that choke. It looks like he's not quite got it under there. He needs to get that arm a little bit under. He'll try and dig it in. You can see Chechin working.
Well, you take a knee in the groin, I'll tell you, it takes something out of you.
Yeah, he gave up.
But he gets up.
Unbelievable. Back up to his feet.
That was a total strength move.
Poirier's trying to get him back down to the ground. Igor holding onto the fence.
And a great knee by Igor into the midsection of Poirier's. Tulio hanging right in there, though, trying to keep the much bigger Russian against the fence there. Little try of a headbutt there by Chechin, but really does no damage whatsoever.
Yeah, you see.
Oh, another knee to the groin as the referee says, I don't know, he admonished him for it.
Yeah, maybe he doesn't want him to do that. I don't know. It was kind of a gentleman's agreement. It's not on our rules, but there's been a gentleman agreement that there would not be groin shots because really it's really unnecessary.
Greg, the heel to the back of the leg. What's he trying to accomplish here?
He's trying to get the big guy back down to the ground where size and weight don't make any difference, because upstairs you can see that he's feeling the strength of Chechin. Down on the ground, you kind of forget about it. He was able to take him down, so I think he feels that he'll do much better on the ground.
Well, an American phrase, noogies. He's giving him noogies to the side of the head, some taps to the side of the head, and then back comes to Poirier's with a nice headbutt.
Yeah, he'll try, and you see he's got his hands wrapped around. He'll try and squeeze to the middle of the back of Chechin and pull him to the ground. He's in a great position, but there's nowhere for Chechin to fall.
Are you surprised at all through our bouts so far this evening as you see some great knee work by Poirier? And that just hurts, boy, when you get one right on the thigh like that. He's taking them lefts and rights, and the Russian doesn't know where they're coming from. But are you surprised as the referee breaks him
up?
Are you surprised there's been as much stand-up fighting tonight as you've seen? Only the first bout really went to the ground.
I'm really not. Most of these guys are well balanced, but again, the best guy on the ground here tonight should be the American wrestler. I think once American freestyle wrestlers came into the sport, people have said, God, do we want to really go to the ground? These guys have been training. Nick Nutter's been training 20 years. He's a star. He's really, if you go to the ground, I don't even know if the famed jiu-jitsu will be enough to handle it.
All right, well, you saw a nice round kick up high by Poirier's, but it was picked off by the Russian, who's defensively, he's very, very sound. And I'm a little surprised that Chechin is not pressing the attack a little bit more, but I think because of the knees that he's taken in the groin and along the thighs, although there's a nice big left hand there, just misses its mark. I'm a little surprised he's not more aggressive.
Yeah, there's a couple reasons it could be. Number one, he's a very calm and patient fighter. He's waiting for the other guy to make a mistake. Number two, I don't know, but possibly the weight could be a difference. He's carrying a lot more weight around the midsection, as you mentioned, and it may be slowing him down just a bit.
Well, it looks like both men, though, in great shape because they're not breathing very heavily. That was my question about Tulio Poirier's coming in, taking this fight at the last moment. What kind of shape when he quits?
That's it. That's it.
Little fake out. He said, I wonder...
You know what?
What's he doing?
I really don't know. had a lot of respect coming into this fight, told us he would take the fight. The fans are not happy about this one at all. Bob-Chechen, it seemed in our eyes to be a very evenly matched fight at this point.
Yeah.
Again, Bob-Chechen, his first fight, just getting loose. Polaris may have seen some of Bob-Chechen fight, some of his fights, and really didn't want to mix it up too closely.
I am stunned because the Brazilian was right in there. I mean, you're right. This was a very, very even fight, and I never saw a heavy blow. I didn't see anything that would indicate why Julio Pojedas would quit. But, hey, those are the facts of life, and now we have our semifinals set up. But let's see if there's something there, Greg.
Well, here it is in slow motion. You'll see him working off the jab very nicely. He comes in, he tries to make a takedown. Igor just puts his shoulder down. That stops his opponent and throws him off. And when you feel that kind of strength and what you've heard about someone, there is this mystique about Bob-Chechen and Russia that Polaris just wanted nothing to do with, or he may have just been too tired to continue.
Well, that will bring us to our
We're over here
semifinals, but
with the
first...